Hello, everybody. This is a small subset of the MOBE Brain Trust here. Just doing some work on a Saturday evening in San Diego, and we got Fabiana on the line where it's much later in the evening, and we've got Sam who is already celebrating his Sunday morning. So I was talking to Quinn earlier, and he just got LeadPages a couple of days ago, and he's already using it, but he's having issues with some of the features, and in particular, the most important is tying it to an autoresponder. So we decided to go through that together and record it, because I'm sure he's not the only one that has these kind of issues. So let me unmute Quinn, and let's go ahead and get started. So this is Quinn's screen, and this is your account. You're unmuted, so just let's be careful about the feedback.
All right. Well, again, I've been using Matt's opt-in page, and I'm getting a question right now, is it really a must to have LeadPages? Well, not necessarily LeadPages, but you do want to have your own squeeze page. Number one, to be different than what normal people are used to seeing, and to more personalize it for yourself. My problem came in with the integration. So I was able to create a few LeadPages, but I don't use the opt-in feature. It gives you an opportunity to use the opt-in feature with these pages, but I haven't been able to do that because I didn't have my autoresponder set up. So basically, I have a page like this. I have a bunch of different ones, different types where it explains the program, and I just have them click directly to the 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, put in your email here. But when you have a lead page, again, you can make it different than other people. Mine's not all that great, but again, this is just a work in progress right now. We also looked at a few that were that included YouTube as well. Here's the YouTube page and what it looks like. The benefits of having, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. The benefits of having a YouTube page, a lead page, is that by having YouTube, I guess that's not it either. Sorry, recording. It's got to be this one. Yeah, YouTube. The benefits of having the YouTube page is that, number one, you can make videos and put annotations on them. One of the annotations, I'm going to show you what I have going on right now. I'm just starting off with the lead pages just to give you an idea of what it is. This is great. You can put anything. You can put your picture on here, and if you notice, you see at the top where it says click here to join, right up here. You can actually click here on the video, and it will take them to the video itself, or okay, computer overload. Okay, you can actually take them to the video itself on YouTube, or you can take them to where they sign up. Now, the cool thing about it is that YouTube is owned by Google, and the way Google sees your YouTube page and how it ranks it with its algorithm is that when people leave comments on your page and when people subscribe to it on a normal basis, it tends to rank you very high on Google, especially if you can comment back to the people within 2 hours. And if that happens, it'll rank you very, very high. And when people see your videos on YouTube, they will, in essence, in turn, go to your website and want to know more about the information. This particular lead page came out 2 days ago. And when it did, I jumped all over it because I saw the value in what it was offering. It gives people a step one to subscribe to you, a step two to click here to comment on the video, and then a step three to actually opt in. So you're doing three things. You're getting them to subscribe to your channel, you're getting them to leave a comment under the featured video, and you're getting them to opt in. Those are three things. But at the same time you're getting those three things from YouTube, you're also ranking very high, which you're killing two birds with one stone. You're sending more traffic to your website. So my problem came in with the integration. I'm still sending people to Matt's opt-in. And if you want to be able to bring in more people to a more personal website like this one, or like the previous one that I showed you, you want to use some sort of squeeze page software or website. And LeadPages is like the leader out there right now. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so my problem came in that I was not able to track the leads and use my own autoresponder. People have been lately having problems with Matt's back office, and numbers are not showing up right. If you have AWeber, LeadPages, and Link Tracker, this is what John Chow uses. 1, 2, 3. John Chow, Jung Lee, Terry Lam, all the big bosses, they use three things: AWeber, Link Tracker, and LeadPages. And that way you can see for yourself what is coming in and monitor your traffic, and also have the AWeber send out the emails on your behalf without them having to get Matt Lloyd every single day. Again, it's about being personal. And if anyone was at the summit, all of the big guys, all the gurus talked about was, it's not about selling a product, it's about selling yourself. So that's what we're here today to set this up, and we're going to, have the opportunity to do this on our own for our own pages. But the purpose of today is just to sort of give everyone who's in the Brain Trust the opportunity to know how to do it, and we can set one up for Brain Trust as well. And Rob's got all of the stuff set up in the background for that. So Rob, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I hope that what I showed you and told you was helpful.
Okay, okay, good. You're good. So long as you mute your microphone right away when you finish talking, we're in good shape. So, yeah, why don't you go back for a second, back to LeadPages, and to address the question at the beginning about whether you really need to send traffic to your own autoresponder or to Matt's back office. The answer is that there's a lot of people that are having great success sending their leads directly to Matt's back office. If you happen to see Carolina's posting today, if you are participating in his co-op, which you can be spending up to $9,000 a month, you actually have no choice. You have to send traffic to his squeeze page and not to your autoresponder. So, and that seems to be doing pretty well. Everyone made 18 grand this month, and it's just converting quite well. Carolina just had another store, she just had another titanium sale today. So it's not absolutely necessary, and there are creative things that you can do to have the same basic benefit. And Bruce Saline, who is part of our team, just told me yesterday that what he's done and what I'm going to do now is that he's extracted all of his opt-ins from his MOBE back office, and he was able to show the AWeber customer service people that those people actually had opted in, and so they allowed him to put them onto a list in AWeber. So now he's got them on an autoresponder. So Clinton, it's amazing that you've corresponded with 12 million people in just 30 days or whatever it was, 12,000, 1,200 people is crazy. And I think that that is the key differentiator. That's huge. At the same time, you can also, by using an autoresponder, you can do more. You can be more effective. You'll never replace that personal relationship, but you can definitely do things that is very hard to do if you have to communicate with them one at a time. And if you're embarrassed to not name them by name and you have to do it manually, that's kind of a pain, right? So, but, you know, you can also pay a VA $100 a week to do that for you. When you have some money, all those problems go away. So, all right, let's get back on topic. So what we want to do here is to do a demo of LeadPages a little bit. And so right now, go ahead to your pages. Don't even worry about tying it to anything yet. Let's just go ahead and work on a page. So click on My Pages and choose your favorite page that you would like to be able to tie to an autoresponder. Click on Edit. So these are pages that he's previously created. This is 5 pages. And we'll go back through how you create pages, but it's all pretty straightforward. Once you get to a page, the left-hand column.
I'm going to start out with this YouTube page.
Once you get to a page, the left-hand column.
Because I think.
Okay, so what I'll do is as soon as I finish, I'll mute myself before you speak because it seems like when we both are unmuted, there's feedback. So this is your YouTube page, and like every page, I mean, I've now edited 3 or 4 pages, and so I can see the format is identical. Everybody, you can see on the left-hand side, first on the top left, there's lead magnets. Lead magnets, let's just leave that for a minute. And that's the feature that differentiates this product. That's why it's there on the top left, and it's definitely something that we want to leverage in the future. But let's forget that for a second, because that's basically giving a bonus, a free gift. We should watch a little training before we start using lead magnets. So by default, the lead magnets are off right now. You're not using a lead magnet. So if you start going down from the top to the bottom, the very first thing you come to is opt-in form integration. So go ahead, and we know we need to have an opt-in form, so click on that. Okay, AWeber. So follow those instructions. Is that your AWeber account? I'm going to mute myself and let you speak, but what you just did, it looks like you've already gone through the process of tying your AWeber account, because that pull-down menu there that you have, those are all the name of forms that are in your AWeber account. And if that is your account, if that looks familiar, then we're in good shape. Otherwise, you have somehow tied into somebody else's AWeber account. But I thought you had a new AWeber account, but that is that one has quite a few different lists. But basically, you just choose any one of those lists, and that's all you have to do. You decide whether you want to have name and email, or just email, and then you click OK. So when it's your first time, you know, you go up and you select integration, and you have to choose the autoresponder, but it looks like you already did that. And then now go ahead and choose a form. Let me unmute you and tell me if that, I mean, I'm going to mute myself up, and tell me if there is an issue, or if that looks like what that you've correctly tied your AWeber to it. And if so, what's the problem you're having?
Okay, Rob, what you're seeing here is when I got the LeadPages, I got the AWeber. This was John Child. When I told you I talked to John, and John said you need 3 things, and that was the 3 things I mentioned earlier: the LeadPages, the link tracker, and the AWeber. So what I did was I just kind of linked it to AWeber, and since then, Jenny Jordan and John Child have been back here tinkering with this stuff. I have no idea what it is, but you can see John Child. I mean, Jenny Jordan right here, and they've been tinkering with things, trying to put together a sales funnel for me, because they were trying to help. Yeah, they were trying to help. So I have no idea what none of this stuff is, and I'm just being honest with
Okay,
you.
so
I saw it for the first time just now.
all right, so go ahead and mute yourself again. And so that's let's take a step back. So let's go to your AWeber account for a second, like you had before. And now you can see the current list. Go ahead and click on the top blue screen where it says My Lists. Click on My Lists. And now scroll down and let's see what we got. So something doesn't make sense. So you're tied to somebody else's AWeber account, maybe. Go ahead and scroll up to the top of the page. Click on Home and scroll down that page. You've only got one list, and that was showing like 20 lists. So you got to untie that AWeber account and do it again because they hooked you up to somebody else's AWeber account. Just in trying to demonstrate it, they might have logged in for you or something, but you're actually tied to somebody else's AWeber account. So I'm going to pause the recording until we fix that. I started recording again. Okay, so now we're back and we've actually got AWeber integrated properly. So now we should be able to, it should be much more clear when you go to opt-in. By the way, go back now. Let's take a look at AWeber again. You just got, as we saw, you just got one account, one list in there. So is that the list that you want to tie this to, or do you want to create a new list? Oh, I need to unmute you, I think. That would be a good idea. And I'm going to mute myself.
Unmuted.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, if it's going to be a new list, that's fine. We can start fresh or whatever.
Okay. Well, right there, what you're seeing is that you've just got one list. It's called MOBE MTTB01. So that looks like a good one. And if you say people have been back there, that's probably what they've created. So let's just stick with that because there's no subscribers. So that's a perfect place to start. So if you wanted to create a new list, you could do it with the blue button on the right, but let's just work with that one. And so now if you scroll back up to the top, what you'll see is you've always got a choice of which list that you want to be working on, and since you've only got one, imagine that. But when you have two, you'll see the second one and the third one and the fourth one. Now you've got one, let's just work with that one. So go ahead to sign up forms because you now want to make a sign-up form for this list. You need to have a sign-up form for LeadPages. For any opt-in, if it's going to be the homepage of your website, wherever it is, you're making an opt-in form, and this is what you're going to do. And this is incredibly simple. Go ahead, do that. It's incredibly simple because you're actually not using the form that you're creating. All that you're doing is you're using the code that allows it to know that the email address has to get put in there. So just choose the simplest one. Choose that one in the middle called Marla. It doesn't have any writing on it. I mean, it really doesn't matter which one you choose because you're not going to use this form. But you could use the same approach if you were going to use the form, but because don't worry about any of that stuff because that form's not going to show up. So just click on it. And then scroll down so you can choose that form. Oh, there you go. That's what you want. Don't even choose Marla. That's the one. So now go ahead and click on the name field and edit an X. Click on that X. I mean, I should say you always have your choice, but we do know, and in fact, if you watch one of the first training videos in the LeadPages back office, it says conclusively that by not having the name field that you're in a test that they did, that their opt-in rate increased by like 5.28%, if I remember the number right. So I don't put the name in there anymore. I learned that from Dagan Smith. you address people by hey, or you just don't even put hello, such and such. You can get that later, but if it's going to reduce the opt-in, okay, so that's all you need. Now go to step 2. Click on save, or it'll tell you when you try to get to step 2, it'll tell you to save anyway. It is smart that way. Okay, now just name the forms. This is going to be MTTB Form 1 or whatever. It's up to you. I don't think you can leave a space, but let's see. It'll tell you. Now the thank you page, this is where you're going to go. You know what the thank you page is, right? The thank you page is where they're going to get taken when they click on submit. So almost everybody, the simplest way to do it is that thank you page goes directly. That's when the click goes to the MOBE back office. And where does it go? It typically goes to the video sales page, right? So I would set it up that way for now, but this is your opportunity. Now if you think about it, there's 2 things. There's the thank you page, and there's the already subscribed page, and they're exactly what they sound like. So what's going to happen if somebody tries to put in their email address again? Do you want to take them to the same place, or do you want to take them someplace else? You can set this up for every form that you design. So for now, go ahead and instead of saying basic version, click on the button and go to custom page. You can try those other things too when you have time, but go ahead and put in your MOBE video squeeze page URL. And for now, you can do the same thing on the already subscribed because you'd still want them to go there if they haven't gotten in yet, right?
You recommend I have this box checked, open a new window?
Yes. And the other place that you could take them, if you think about it now, as a funnel, and the way that Matt does it, you take them from place to place to place to place. So the next place you take them to could be this intermediate page where this is where you give them a bonus. So that they've just filled out the squeeze page, which we know, and Liz has some, good input about video, but whatever it is, you're going to give them very little information on the squeeze page if you want them to opt in, if your main goal is for them to opt in. So now, the next page is Matt's video squeeze page. You have no chance right then to interject anything about yourself. So the way that you can do that is by putting this, whatever you call it, intermediate page, and that's where this thank you page can go to, right? So then, in fact, that's what I'm doing on one of my lead pages. We can look at that after we go through configuring yours, or we can configure yours to do it. But you're good here, so go ahead to step 3. Oh, wait a minute. Go back since we're here, and that's fine. You're saving it. Go ahead back. You can still go back now. 2. So there's only 3 steps. Going back is the same as clicking on settings. That's fine too. So go ahead and click on edit, or click on it. Let's do the same thing. Okay, so there's just steps 1, 2, and 3. So you're on step 1, which is design. When I said go back, I want you to go back to step 2, which is here. I just want you to show the advanced settings. That's the only thing that we didn't look at. And then Facebook registration would be if you're going to actually use the form. That's why you have all those different templates. You can actually use this form, and it'll pop right into your page with the code that's in step 3. So the other stuff we have here is ad tracking, so that's good. So you can have a different form for every thing for every place that you use this lead page. And this is a way to track it right there. You can set that ad tracking, so that's for you to set to whatever you want so that you know where you use this lead page, right? Because this is where they're going to come to after they leave here. They're going to the match back office, and right there you don't have a ad channel to track it. You could do it that way too. So either way, or both. You see what I mean? So I'm saying right now you could put an ad channel on your thank you page and on your already subscribed page so that you could track where this came from, right? And you can do the same thing with the ad tracking in the advanced settings. There you go. Don't forget to set that back up. Set that up in Matt's back office. And then that ad tracking code is going to show up in your AWeber, on this list. The leads could come from various places, and so there's a field for this. So this will show up in your AWeber. That's why it's good. You can have different forms for different ads. And the forms don't even show up. They're on lead pages, but this is the way to keep them separate within the same list. So if you're good with that, then go to step 3. Welcome message, and that pass form data would be if you're passing on a email address or a first name field. Those would be the primary 2 things. I never have used that, but you could. Okay, save your form and always make sure you do that. Then I will install my form. And then the raw HTML version is what you're going to use when we get to it. So now you can go back to LeadPages and go ahead to opt-in form integration. No, sorry. Yeah. Hi, Lena. Everybody else is muted, so I'll say hi for everybody. Lena just joined us. We're recording again. I'm going to mute you now.
Okay.
All right, so we are now, we fixed the issues with the integration of the form, and if you're ever having those issues, you might want to make sure, number one, that your AWeber, when you do the integration, well, let's go ahead and show that. Where you had to set up the integration. Not that. Yeah, go back to, well, that's what your AWeber account looks like, and we've just got one list in there, and we were recording when we set up the form, so we've got that form set up. Now go back to LeadPages for a second and go to your account information and show the integration with AWeber and what you had to set up to allow the copy and paste. That may have been the key. So the point is that all these different autoresponders, they've all got their own little idiosyncrasies, and if you're ever having trouble and you're not technical, just try to grin and bear it and just try everything you can think of. But in this case, with AWeber, when we went to do the integration, there was this one choice that we could make about allowing copy-paste, and it seemed like when we changed that from off to on, everything worked. I'm not positive if that was it, but we also logged out and back into LeadPages. We logged out of AWeber, but I think that this was the key right here. But, you see all those other autoresponders, they've all got their own little issues, so don't get too frustrated. Whatever you're doing, same basic deal applies. All right, so now let's go back to the LeadPages. page and see what we've got to do. Page we were working on before. Now, if you've got multiple lists, it should allow you to choose. You just got one list, so let's see if it lets you choose or if it automatically just puts you automatically on that list. So look, it automatically defaulted to AWeber because I guess that's the only tool that you have enabled, so that's good. And it doesn't give you any choice. It just says to put your code in there, which means it probably knows from the code it has everything it needs. So now go back to AWeber where you saved that form, and that's where you'll find the code. So if you have multiple lists, go to the list you're working on. Make sure on the top left that's the list. Now go to the sign-up forms. And you've just got that one form. If you've got multiple forms, choose the form you're working on. Click on Publish. Publish is actually step 3. Same thing as step 3, you'll notice. Click on I will install my form or HTML version, and then go in that box and right-click, select all, and then copy, and then go back, and that's what it takes right there. And that's it. Now, the other cool thing about LeadPages, so that was what you had trouble with. Now all of your troubles are gone, but don't even worry about that yet. Let's just go through the rest of the page because it's very interesting the way the LeadPages is set up. As you scroll down the page, you'll see all these things that look pretty familiar. So SEO settings, if you're trying to design a page for SEO, it's all the standard stuff that you'll find. There's just those 3 things when you're doing SEO, right? That button needs to be on. Yes, we figured that out, but what we weren't sure of is whether that was why it wasn't even talking to AWeber, but okay. We definitely want that button to be on. So anyway, SEO settings is something that if you've done anything at all with website design and SEO, that's as simple as that. It's just 3 things right there. Tracking code is optional. If you do use a tracking tool, go ahead and click on tracking code. Google Analytics would be the most common one. If you're using that, then this will all look familiar, and it tells you exactly what to put. And if you look there, it supports Google Analytics, Visual Website Optimizer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that's optional. Cancel for now. Next down is style settings. Click on that. You'll notice what that is very quickly. It's very obvious. And I say why screw with that stuff unless you want to do split testing. And split testing is really cool and easy on this. It's one of the reasons why I bought it. I mean, Liz, I don't know if you had a chance to explore that feature, but it's just crazy. It's exactly what you would do if you could do it right. They did it. In fact, I don't know if you watched the introductory video about the 5 features that they wanted that caused them to design this tool in the first place, but it's really very interesting. Okay, go ahead and click on dynamic controls. Maybe you did, but dynamic controls are quite interesting. They're different for each page, and they allow you to do things dynamic that change. Like on some pages that have a countdown timer, that would be the dynamic control. Here, all of this stuff, play around with it to your heart's content. There's nothing about this that is technically complicated. It's just a matter of having the right URLs, right? And choosing whether you want to actually do that. But basically what that does is that it puts that stuff on the left side of your page. Any of them that you provide goes right there. It's very cool. Okay, whenever you're done, you get that. Then the next one is exit pop-up. And so an exit pop-up, in my opinion, you always want an exit pop-up unless you're on Facebook. Unless anybody knows differently. Facebook doesn't allow them, but every place else you absolutely want it. And that's pretty standard options of what you can do with an exit pop-up. You can direct them to another page, and you can create a message that comes up in text like that comes in that gray box with just, you have no formatting option, but you can definitely be creative with that message right there. You can't put a link in, but you can definitely put a Cadillac. That was a joke. You can't put a clickable link in there, but you can put, a powerful message. So go ahead and, so redirect if user stays on this page. What does that mean? It means should you take them to another page, or should you, if they say stay on this page, they stay, or if they say stay on this page, does it go to another page? Because there's only one or two things they're going to do. They're either going to click stay on the page, or they're going to X out of it. So you really have a choice of either really letting them stay on the page or redirecting them. So that's what that redirect URL is. I would always redirect them at this point to the video squeeze page, to the MOBE video sales page. There you go. And you can put another different ad channel there if you want to track it. And that is everything under the general parameters. So see, that's the stuff that might seem confusing. Now, the rest of this is even more simple. And in fact, as you scroll down, just put your mouse over each of those different things, and you're going to see what happens. It's really pretty crazy. It's just so simple, yet so powerful. Once you get down to the bottom of this page, then it starts to scroll to, it'll go to the things that are, see that? Those are the drop-down things that happen when you click on that. Go ahead and click here for a second, on the yellow, click here to get started today. See, it's showing the stuff there. So go ahead and cancel. So that's all the pop-up stuff that you're able to edit. And so that's all that it is. Every one of those things is just editing one of those little features. And for the most part, all you're doing is changing either the words or putting in a picture or putting in a link to your heart's content. So I think you're pretty good with all that, right? So I think you're ready to go. Go ahead and publish. Says it was saved successfully. Congratulations. Now let's just look at this for a second. One of the other reasons why I went with LeadPages is for exactly the reason that it says, please click here to see how this option can increase your conversion rate. Because when you use their own hosting, they're using Google servers that apparently are like as fast as anything that you could possibly ever get if you had the fastest servers yourself. And just having faster servers, that's actually what this article right here is about. Just hosting with them can get you 10% more opt-ins. So is it worth paying the money to have LeadPages? You know, especially for the co-op, it just is a no-brainer. Look at those people. Oh my God, we're taking over. They let anybody in that group. It's very bad. Who just joined us? Sam was unmuted. I'm going to mute you, Sam. All right, so LeadPages and then Facebook, if you don't do it now, but If you want it to integrate into Facebook, you just click on that one, and for any standard size page, it just automatically sizes it. And for all of the Facebook pages that you have administrative privileges to, you can attach it to those pages, and it's so beautiful. It's so perfect, except that it didn't work for me. Like, I attached it to 5 pages, and 4 of them don't work. Only 1 of them works, so I don't know what to do. Maybe I have to pay them more money. But in theory, that's what it is, and I would not do either of the other 2 options, your own server or WordPress. So LeadPages and Facebook are awesome. If the Facebook part worked, it would be amazing, but it'll work hopefully by Monday.
Also, Rob.
All right, go for it.
Also, Rob, if you have the version that I have, the little preview one, it only lets you put it on 1 page. So be advised, if you have multiple things, you're gonna have to be a paid subscriber to LeadPages.
No, I have the paid upgrade, so maybe I have to make some kind of a setting. But I mean, it allowed me to attach it to all those pages and didn't give me an error message when I attached it. It's just that when I go to those pages, they don't work.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, if anybody wants to put it on multiple pages, they will have to be a paid customer. Mine's a little freebie.
Yeah, but I'm a paid customer, and I'm just going to tell them that if they don't fix it, that I'm going to stick you, and that you are a double extra large when it comes to shirt size with a law enforcement background, so they better take care of me.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you should be good to go. Let's test it out. No, don't. Okay, so activate lead page redirect. That is if you want to use your own URL, but and that's a good thing to do if you're hosting these pages on your own website, for example. But if you're using them as squeeze pages that are going to get masked because you're just sending traffic through some, a service where they're going to put it on a rotator and your domain name is never going to actually come up anyway, it doesn't matter. So I haven't done that. But if you click on Activate Lead Page Direct, in fact, you can go ahead and click on it just to show. It'll give you a choice, and right now you will not do that, but you can, which is very cool. And again, everything about this is very, very simple. And by the way, for any of you who have used 22 Social, the same basic simplicity is embedded in the 22 Social tool, but that's just specifically for Facebook fan page apps. Okay, you should be good to go. Looks pretty good. All right, now go ahead to your AWeber and see if you're, and for some reason, when I have not had this good success with get response. For some reason, it seems like the subscribers don't show up right away, but in AWeber, they show up right away. So go ahead to subscribers. Now, if you've got multiple lists, again, make sure you're on the right list. You've only got one list, so subscribers, subscribers. And added today by date. Look at that, 1 of 1. It's actually, you don't have to do anything because it's showing right there. Confirmation pending. Okay, so that's important. Confirmation pending. Why did that happen? So go back to your sign-up forms. No, sorry, not the sign-up forms. Go back to your list options for the same list. List options on the right. And go to your list settings. And so again, you've just got 3 different things that you can do here. 3 different tabs: basic, personalized, and confirmed opt-in. So this is a confirmed opt-in setting here that just got you. So go ahead and, yep. And you can go ahead through all of them, but it looks like you did set them all up. But go ahead and scroll down, and you'll notice down towards the bottom of this page, require opt-in on web forms. Maybe that's what happened. So you want to turn that off. Okay, this is important. I'm glad that happened because I wasn't even thinking about that. Now this success page, this is what will happen if for anybody that subscribes to this list, but you're going to be overriding this with the form, but you should still set it up. So set this up also to go to the video squeeze page. No, not that page, because they came from that page. This is where they're going to go when they already get on your list. So this is the thank you page, essentially. It's the Matt's Videos sales page. Video sales letter, not that one. Two up from there, the video sales letter. Up from there.
The letter one, right? This one right here, or this one?
The video sales letter. My top tier business video sales letter with exit pop-up to written sales letter. That's what I always send people to after they've opted in. I think that's what you've been using, right? I hope that's what you put into LeadPages. One that ends with DB. I'm pretty sure that's what you're using. And again, you can put a ad channel there if you want to identify that they came from your autoresponder.
I just want to let everybody know that LDPG,
LeadPage in this case may be misleading unless this form is only used for LeadPages, and maybe that's a good idea for it's used for this LeadPage. This form, this list, is only for this LeadPage. So if you can keep it that simple, that may be a good idea. And then past subscriber info, again, if you are planning to do any personalization, like you're going to put their name on it, or you're going to put their city on it, or their email address, but I don't do that. And go ahead up above, and you should definitely, I think you've already done it, but if you're going to change from being MTTB to being yourself, you know, you can personalize any of that stuff. I usually don't say confirm your subscription because I never told people to subscribe, so you have a choice there. So click on that. I usually choose the last thing, which is response required. And the reason why I set this up, and that would, you don't need to do that one if you use that choice. That would be a custom one. But it doesn't approve. I've tried custom ones that are less intrusive, and they generally disapprove them. So if you create a custom one, then it has to go in for their customer service approval. And then this part here, you know, if you're not asking for their name, you can't put their name there because you don't have their name yet. So take first name out of there. Click on edit info, intro. Yeah. And you can make this more personalized, but again, they won't get this unless they have to opt in. And what you're saying down below is that they don't have to opt in. But even though you say they don't have to opt in, sometimes AWeber decides that they have to opt in anyway. I haven't quite figured that out, but when that happens, it's good for this to be consistent with everything else in your message. And otherwise, I think you're good to go. So now what you should do is go save this and then go back and opt in again. You can actually delete if you only have this one email address to check. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a real email address, actually. You can put in a fake email address or a second email address, but go ahead and opt in again and make sure that this time that it doesn't say pending. Because when it's pending, you're not going to be able to send these messages to them until they accept. That's why you don't want to have that double opt-in. Remember, you set up the already subscribed. Oh, that's not good. Let's go back to your AWeber account. Look at your form, sign up form. Step 2. So that LeadPage, did you put that into an ad channel yet in your back office?
No, I haven't. We've been doing this. So I should
And
take it off for right now and then...
Yeah, take it off, or we can just stop the recording and you can put it on. But that's kind of interesting, you know. If anybody makes that mistake, you can send traffic, and that's what happens. That's not good. They should just put it back to default.
So what you're saying is they add, so AWeber or LeadPages actually went in and checked to see if it was an actual place before they allowed it to go through? Is that what happened?
No, what I'm saying is that you didn't set it up in the MOBE back office, and so MOBE, when you tried to go to that page, it's coming up as a non-existent page because it's not set up in the MOBE back office to go back to this page. If there's no ad channel that matches it, it's giving you that error message. That's a MOBE issue. You understand? Gotcha. That's. I wonder how many clicks have been lost because of that little minor issue. But remember, you've got it set up so that if you're already subscribed, it'll still send you to the same place, so you can actually use the same email address without having to worry about it. And that's also a choice people don't realize, but you know, if you want, you can ignore the fact that they're already subscribed and just keep sending them to the same place until they take the action that you want them to take. Looks promising. Hey, now we're talking. Now go back to AWeber. Subscribers. Yay! Look at that. I think you're good to go.
What's this subscribed and confirmed pending? What's the difference between those two?
The confirmation pending is the one where, you know, we just fixed that, where you have a required opt-in. So in order to stay subscribed, you're going to have to go to your email and click on the link that's in the email. If you want, you can do that now, and this will prove that that actually works.
It's
so that's, you know what I mean? That's what we just changed. We just set it up so that you no longer have to do a confirmation opt-in. That's what that first one is. It's saying that you have to confirm it before it will allow you to send messages.
Okay, yeah. So so this is the second one right here, right? This is the second one here, right, Ron?
Yeah, it's Eastern Standard Time. 2 minutes ago.
Should we change that time? I can do that later.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you want, you can just go into that email account and just click on the link, and you'll see that that'll change to subscribed. And then
yeah, it's a fake email account. Yeah, okay, it's a fake email account.
Okay, so the last thing that we'll do before we stop the recording is let's go back to LeadPages and just show a couple of the other features that LeadPages has. But in terms of that left-hand column, it works the same on everything. So I don't even think we need to do that again. But go back to, the home page. And then look at where you can choose where you can design a new page. And I haven't done much, but I did like a 5-minute tutorial, and I learned a couple of very cool things, one of which made me buy this. So go to templates. Yeah, and then choose the type of template you want. So we're generally talking about opt-in pages, but there's also some real benefits to doing webinar pages, and then that YouTube page, I'm not sure what category that's in. But just go to, just for a second, go back up to the top and click on opt-in. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I did want to see that one. YouTube landing pages. Okay.
Did you want to?
Yeah. Landing pages. Okay. Yeah.
Did you want to see
Let's
that?
take a quick look at that one.
This would be how my page looked before I started it.
Cool. Very nice. I love it. So simple. All right, so let's just go back and take a look at those other features real quick. So if you go back to templates, then opt-in pages, just as an example, top left, click on opt-in pages, and then click on, up on the top right, OK, sort by conversion rate. That is why I decided to pay whatever, $69 a month. I mean, that is just so crazy. So everybody who uses this product has hosting somehow tied into LeadPages, so they actually are continuously monitoring the conversion rates of all of the entire database of people using the product. If you go down to the bottom, oh, you're not, do you have Alexa running on your browser? Anyway, if you look at the Alexa ranking of LeadPages, it's like 1,100 and something. It's really high. So that means there's tons of people using it, and they're taking all of that data and they're continuously sorting by the highest converting pages. I mean, that's crazy. So the page that we thought was the highest converting page wasn't even in there, the survey page, so that's why I changed. So let me show you now the page that I wound up using for the co-op. I haven't even shared this with the other people that are affected by it yet. I'll put it in the chat box. No, that's the page that I did yesterday. And we can make it better, but I think that's it. So, hey, that looks familiar. Oh, you're in trouble. You better put a fake email address. Every bit of that was, able to be customized. I couldn't control that any more than that, but that sounds like a lot of time, $138. You better hurry up. So this is my intermediate page. I don't know whether this will convert, but by now I've already got their email address, so I don't care. Go ahead and click on that, and then you can scroll down and you can also opt out of it. So if you're interested, you get the written sales letter, and if you say no, then you get the video sales letter. So scroll down, see no thanks, just show me the video. So that's the difference between those two. But the cool thing is that LeadPages just lets you set every piece of text to a link, every video to a link, every text you can customize to some degree. It's really very, very nice and smartly designed. So I think that's it. Let me see if there's any questions we should answer before we end the recording, and then we can stay on the line for anybody that would like to speak or ask questions. I don't see anything in the chat box. Give me the link and I'll opt in. Check out the banner ads. Which banner ads? I have a question. Let me unmute Cindy. Cindy, maybe I'm making a mistake to unmute you, but
no.
I'm gonna give this a try.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh, Rob, you just gotta love you. All right, my question was, when you use the LeadPages, and if we're all using it, let's just say in the Brain Trust, can we all set up the Facebook and all the other links there to our own, or do we have to use all the Brain Trust ones?
Well, this one account that I have is a Brain Trust account, and so anybody, right now it's tied to my personal Facebook page, so any account that I have administrative privileges to could be, we could tie it to.
Thank you.
So in other words, for every LeadPages account, you can tie it to one person's Facebook account, and then to any number of fan pages that person has administrative privileges to be able to edit, just like with 22 Social.
Okay, cool. And the banners I was talking about was that when we were in Clinton's back office, it showed banners. I'm curious if those were the banners, the new ones that he created.
Well, Quinn is muted, but Quinn, I'm going to unmute you and I'll mute Cindy, and you can address that issue about the banners. I'm not sure exactly what she was talking about.
Okay, Cindy, what was your question again? Cindy, what was your question?
The question was when you went in to get your sales page to put into your AWeber, there was in blue down below banner ads. I'm wondering, are they the new banner ads that we saw last couple of days ago?
I haven't seen any new banner ads pop up yet, but I will look now. Let's see if Matt's got any new ones back there.
So it sounds like, what are you talking about? You're talking about on one of Quinn's pages, the banner ads that he was using look different than what you've seen?
Okay, no, those are not the ones that we saw on the thing that Nadjuk was showing us. The ones that have little dashed lines all around the banners. I don't see them there.
I'm not sure what you're speaking of, Cindy. These are the only banners that we get from MOBE, but I mean, you can make your own banners, and maybe that's what you saw.
Yeah.
You're saying that you saw them when he was presenting something earlier today, or?
No, Nadjuk 2 days ago on the.
Yeah. No, that's totally different than what we're talking about here.
Okay.
We're just talking about LeadPages and tying it to AWeber. No banner designs. All right, I'm going to end this recording. Thank you, everybody. I think that was very informative. I hope so. I know there are some people on the line that are kind of new at autoresponders in addition to Clinton, so hopefully this will wind up being useful for a lot of people out there. Clinton, thank you. That was a good co-hosting job there. I'll let you say the last few words and then we'll end this thing.
All right, thank you for everybody for coming and joining us. I just want to reemphasize that although we're doing these squeeze pages, we're making things different. It still doesn't negate the fact that you have to establish a personal relationship. And a lot of people have been wondering how I've been bringing so many people. with such a low budget using free and almost free methods to bring people in, and that's the answer. The answer is to utilize your email when you get that opt-in, and send that person an email saying, you know, hey, I am a real person. You know, if you have any questions at all whatsoever, I just want you to know that I am here for you, blah, 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 so forth and so on. Those of you in the 180 days of implementation, you already know me because Matt's made videos about me and the methods that I use. If you need a copy of the email that I use, feel free to ask, or shoot me a message on Facebook or something like that. I'll take a screenshot of it, or I'll copy and paste it to you. Either way, but you know, the important thing is that if you're operating off of, if you're like me and you're doing the Flintstones and you're not doing the Jetsons, then that's what you want to do. It's going to require some effort on your own behalf. Thanks again.
The Flintstones versus the Jetsons. I thought I heard you say the Flintstones before, but that's funny. Well, you're not alone out there, but you have many talents that Fred Flintstone would be proud of. So thank you, Clinton, and we'll see you all very soon. This is the MOBE Brain Trust. Over and out. You're on.
Thank you, Rob. We are going to talk about Pinterest. I have not had this opportunity yet, so I'd love to share Pinterest. And we have a few people on that are interested in Pinterest and how we can use it for the Brain Trust and for anything else that you want. I did. Cindy Martini, sorry.
Your name is up there on the screen, and so I thought maybe you were, but there may be some people that are listening and, you know, others that are visually impaired, so you probably should say your name at least once. All right, I'm going to mute myself again.
Do you want me to say it again?
Bye,
Rob.
Cindy Martini, please introduce yourself. Cindy Martini.
Yes, thank you. I'm Cindy Martini. I've been working with Rob for almost a year, and I am a Pinteraholic. So anyway, this is the boards that I have done, and I can go back to this one here. I have lots of boards, and you can use them, of course, for your own personal satisfaction, but you can, I have my daughter's company in here. I also do this for the geeks out there. Of course, all the women, 90% of the women that use Pinterest today, the men are jumping on board in businesses. But right now, I'm a hoodie mama. I love hoodies. And lots of other interesting things that I can get into here, all the way to, by the way, recipes and food things are probably one of the higher interests. But many of the businesses are starting with Pinterest now, and basically what you try to do is you send people to your board about something that is interesting or something that's interesting to other people. I did Matt's new videos now, and they're up here, and what I do is I tell them through Facebook or Google Plus or to check out my new board or check out Matt here, and then you have all your information there for people to get in touch with you. You can also send them even here by commenting and saying if you're interested in what you've seen so far, you can send them to your website or to the sales page or the video page. So you can use Pinterest in lots of ways. Also that I have noticed that as people start following you, and the one thing I don't know how to do is hide that thing while I'm doing this. Okay, good. Right up here in Pinterest, if you go over here, this is where you can find out. It also comes out on your email address, but which is annoying to me sometimes, so I got to figure out how to get that to stop, because if I want to know what people are looking at, you go over here and it tells you your latest ones who pin you and what they're looking at and what is popular. As you can see, going down what boards went. This one was really cool. And you can click on that and it'll take you there. And here we go. Choice, chance, change. You must make a choice to take a chance or your life will never change. Yay. So let me see what else I wanted to show you. Anybody have any questions? Isn't this Pinteresting? This goes with my Facebook fan page. And what are you trying to figure out with Pinterest, Cindy? When am I trying to figure out with Pinterest? How to get it to stop on my emails. Do you have that answer? Because when I want to know what people are looking at, they've made it quite easy for us now by going over here to, whoops, not there. Hold on a minute. There. This will let you know what people are looking at, so I don't necessarily need it. Is it in your settings? Not that I know of. Wait a minute. Where is the settings? That's Pages. Cindy. Settings. Let's go look and see. We could change it right away. If it is. It just fills up my email address, edit profile. I don't see where recent contacts, clear recent contacts, search history. I don't want it. You're right. You can change that to no. Turn off emails. Thank you. That was just one thing I hadn't got around to doing. Excellent. All right. Took care of that because it can get annoying when you got 20 and 30 repins a day. All right. Isn't this Pinteresting here? This is also on my fan pages in Facebook, and I use this. There's just teaching people how to use Pinterest. And there's so many people writing all kinds of cool stuff. This cracking the code was really good. People are creating these daily, and you just take them and teach other people, and hopefully they will get back with you and say, I like what you're doing, and what else are you doing? So I thought this was a really good one. And when you like it, you just like it, or you repinned it. Oh, that's the other thing about Pinterest I have learned is that go to the source. Don't always repin. I mean, I repin some just because it's a courtesy to other people. You want them to repin your stuff, but a lot of times I go straight to the source. That's always better. Anybody got any questions? Because I really don't know what you know and you don't know. A lot of funny things. People like that. I've noticed larger the picture. I can connect this to my Facebook if y'all wanted to see, because I'm getting a lot of people viewing it. Start from the basics. How to start a board. I love that you're talking about, but we'll have to go to sleep. Yeah, I don't blame you. We'll do this another time, okay, Fabiana? I'd love to, because I love to show you how you do this. Or you want me, you can listen to the recording. And Elaine and I will speak to you tomorrow, then, if that's okay. Yes, that is absolutely fine. Thank you. I'm just gabbing along here. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. I need to be doing the same. And Rob is coming back. So
have a good night. And you're welcome to leave us on as your bedtime music. Sam is still on. Alina, Liz, who said goodbye a long time ago. I don't know if you're still here or if you just forgot to hang up. But Liz Conlon seems to still be
no, she
here.
gave me a good advice.
Is she still here?
Anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah, she gave me some ideas. So, but anyway, I'm just showing them where it tied to my fan page, and also how many. Look at how many people, Rob. There's one in particular, 73 people, and for me, that's a lot for my pages. So I get real excited about that.
Yeah, that's getting a lot of traction. So I think
yeah, it is. So it's getting a lot more.
The question that I have
look at this
is,
one, 248.
Where? Oh wow, awesome.
This just fall big picture that took that for some reason that one hit a lot. So anyway, just trying to find out what your people are going to look at. Yep. Well, actually, yes, it's on Pinterest, but this is also on my fan page. What I'm doing is directing people from here to Pinterest.
Yeah, that's the question: is what's the smart way to direct people in the social media world, you know, from wherever they come from, so that they wind up where we want them to wind up?
Well, what I do, I in Pinterest all over my different boards, depending on what they are, I have my contact information. But from here, my fan page is about if it's isn't this Pinteresting, and so of course I'm trying to cross-direct some stuff about how you can do it for business or your personal and all that. But I also throw in MOBE stuff and other things in there, and of course if they want to go to the next link, they do. But again, like I was saying, for a lot of women on this and stuff like these little turkey cookies and things like that, that's what gets a lot of people to keep looking at my fan page. So I try to do 1 or 2 of those, and of course my dog, and I try to do a few weeks lessons on, pin it and all that, and then I sometimes share from my Follow Cindy Martini, which has all the MOBE stuff. I'll have it over here too. So it's a wide variety. I just try to keep putting stuff in that would be interesting. So that's all I have for today. But Fabiana said to start with the basic, how to pin, how to start boards, and things like that. So I might do that another time if you want.
Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Well, thank you so much. We will stop the recording again. And
okay, well, thank you, Rob, for letting me share.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy Martini out of South Carolina. I forgot the city that you're from. Anderson.
That's all right.
Anderson,
y'all come
South
back
Carolina.
now, you hear?
Just on a roll here at almost 8 o'clock on a Saturday night on November 9th. Holy mackerel. It's almost wintertime, but doesn't feel like it here in San Diego. We have just a spontaneous group of people from around the world. Cindy Martini from South Carolina, Clinton Lewis from Las Vegas, Nevada, Liz Conlon from New York, Santa Monica by way of New York, or anyway, she's a California girl now. Alina Starr, our superstar from Toronto, and Sam Pitch from Perth, Australia, representing everyone from the Eastern Hemisphere today. So just decided to record this little segment because I'm about to go over traffic exchange browsers and how I've always wanted to use them and how we're going to use them to do free advertising and promotion of MOBE. And so this is called, this is TE Browser. It's a tool, and you can just go on the web and search for it, and I think it's tebrowser.com. We'll just double check that. You don't need to have a traffic exchange browser, but well, I might as well tell you what they say that it does, rather than me trying to explain it to you. This is what it does. It's the automation process. So I haven't taken advantage of many of these features, but it's pretty cool what it does. And then if you just go back to our good friend and one of my favorite people, Jonathan Budd, and his story, he talks about the fact that he started with free traffic going to exactly these kind of sites, these traffic exchanges. So I'm not sure even who told me about it, but I decided that I needed it, and I had a VA who was actually using it on my behalf. But we want to get back to that, and I only subscribe to like 5 of them. So anyway, it is a tool that you download and you run it locally on your computer, and it's a browser just like Chrome or Firefox. This one is optimized for traffic exchanges, and look at all these traffic exchanges on here. So I'm going to just demonstrate the ones that I currently have, because it's a good enough demonstration and shows you the power. So the way that it works right now, I just logged on, and this is my screen without doing anything. So this home screen here, I haven't clicked on anything. This is what you should see, something like this when you log on. And now you can go through and learn how to get everything set up. But essentially what you do is you set up groups. And I have this one group that's called Untitled. And I thought, I've tried to title it a few times. Let me try and title it this time. This is called Rob's Group 1. And, well, that's not the name of the group, so I think maybe I have to edit it. There you go. I'm going to call it Rob's Group 1. That'll be cool. Maybe I can solve that little problem. I know Lena likes to solve problems. Hey, all right. So that's Rob's Group 1. So these are the ones that I have memberships to, and most of them are free, but they've all got irresistible offers every time you log in. So now that I selected this group, all I did is I went to something. I don't know what I pressed on, but I'm going to save this. I think I just clicked on groups, right? Accounts. This is how you log into accounts for different traffic exchanges. This is your profile information. So that's essentially all it is. Groups. This is groups that I've got set up. I've only got this one. I guess Untitled and Group 1 now are the same. Okay, cool. And so just groups, accounts, and for every one of the traffic exchanges, you know, this is, you just go in here and you put in your username and password one time, and then it's set up for good. And then the profile is just a one-time setting. This is all my company information, right? And Webly, I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I don't know what that is. So this is one of the more advanced features. T-Startup I've not used. Help guides, no, I never need help. Chat support, obvious. Skip, don't really know. Settings, haven't really used. I mean, everything is kind of set up by default, so it's good to go. All you really do is you go to your groups, you select your group, and you click on Surf. And you select the group that you want to surf. Or I guess, sorry, you do it in this order. You select Surf, and then you select the group that you want to surf, and then you click on Start Surfing. And it will log me in to all of the sites based on the fact of what I showed you a minute ago, where you entered all the login information one time, and it will start. And so the power of this is that it just brings up tabs, so you can see you could have like 20 more all the way across the screen. Right now I'm showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, the dashboard, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see that you could probably fit like 15 more across the screen here. And this is already, I think I'm logged in to this one. It says member login. Let's see. But my members area, yeah, see, I'm already logged in. You're leaving. Are you leaving or refreshing? So this is me, and you see here's an irresistible offer. Looks like Tony Robbins. Probably not. But here's some, again, I think the account that I have is free on all of these, but some of them it would be worth paying. This is priced per year, right? But here's the free, and with the free you get decent. It's worth starting free on most of these things. But again, since we have the co-op and we have people that, and Sam missed the meeting earlier today, but Clinton was there, and we're basically going to have two different groups. There's going to be just the David versus Goliath, and people will participate only in that, and some people will participate in only things that don't include the solos, and then some people will participate in both. So we're talking about, this would be the part, this would be the group that of the non-David versus Goliath solos. So this is the free and inexpensive traffic. But inexpensive because we could do things like this. And with the power that we have with our co-op, we can definitely do some things, but first we need to test and make sure that we're not wasting money. So anyway, it went to this page. In every case, when you first get started, it will typically take you to an irresistible offer, and then you get past that and you start surfing. And what you have to do is you have to click on the icon that matches the one that says click. So I'm going to click there, and then I'm going to move to hit to hit. And hit to hit, for some reason, this one has not allowed me to log in for a long time, and it never sends me a reactivation email. So I don't know the dealio with that one. I'll try one more time. And I haven't been able to eliminate it. All right, so if I don't get something there, then somehow I'm going to figure out how to eliminate. But the rest of them definitely are, at least set to log in. So when I click here, it'll log me in, take me to the irresistible offer, guaranteed. There you go. So we can get 100,000 banner ad impressions for $20. That sounds pretty good. So Clinton, I'm open to doing this kind of stuff, but we need to do a little bit of research first. Okay, so let me go back to this one. In general, when I had my VA doing it, I said just X out of all that stuff, and you just want to go start surfing. Typically, on all of these, you can somewhere surf now. And once you start surfing, then it's just continuous, and then you move on to the next site, Dragon Surf. Log in, go through the irresistible offer. All right, let's see what we got this time. Oh, actually, they didn't even really give us grab extra credits for Dragon Surf, so they didn't take us to an irresistible offer page this time. So we can just start surfing. So we click here, start surfing. And you go to 4x4 hits, log in. You got the thank you gift there. Oh, there you go, irresistible offer. So what do we get for 19 bucks? Look at that, all for 19 bucks. 30% commissions, 50 credits. I don't care about any of that stuff, but look, 1,800 credits, 3,000 banner, 3,000 text links. People say these don't work, but other people still do it. Russell Brunson still uses this kind of advertising, and the truth is that we have such a high payout for one conversion that it is worth it. If it works for anything, it should occasionally work for MTTB, and it should provide a higher ROI than almost anything else that I know of, but we're not going to know until we do it. And the fact that Clinton's interested and that I'm interested, we're going to get it done. Okay, so now somewhere we X out of this one. See, no thanks, I'm not ready. And now it allows us to start surfing. So in every case, we just want to start. Of course, we want to figure out which of those offers to do. We might spend a couple $100 and do some of that stuff to test it out. If we're going to do it, we need to track it. And now we're surfing. You see here you have to match the tire, this one that's by itself, to something over here that matches. I don't see anything that matches. Just joking. All right, and then so now that we're doing it, now we don't actually have to read any ads. This is where this becomes powerful. We just go, forget about hit to hit because we can't log in. But the rest of them, we basically, this is the power of the TE browser. Of course, it defeats the purpose if you actually want to think that people are looking at your ads. But each of these ads, you have to look at for a period of time. I don't know what he was talking about. Don't really care. Oh my God, I have a prize. All right, dragons. What do I have to do here? So now this is Dragon Surf. So this is the site actually interjecting. And this is how they make sure that you're actually a real person and not a robot. So I actually have to choose one of these things. Now I get a free prize. Now, I don't want to join, but I could. Now I click resuming surf session, and see over here now I can find the matching item, and I can move on to the next, and I can click over here and go around. I can click on here and I can go around, and you basically have for each of these you have to click on some number per day, like 15 or 20. They're all a little bit different. Oh, this one's not letting me get out. I got another prize. Okay, what do I have to do this time? Congratulations. Okay, I got to go down here, bottom left. I don't have to take the prize. So that one shows up on the bottom left. And that's the other thing. They're all, they try to trick you. They try to make sure that at least looking. But this is the power. You could have 25 of these and just hire an assistant to spend half an hour a day. And that's what I've had in the past. It's just hard to manage all these assistants on your own. But, what I'm hoping we're going to do, Clinton, is just make a video like this. In fact, we're making it right now. Be able to we'll spend our time to figure out which of these sites are the best, and maybe figure out if we should invest a few $100, try 3 months, train a VA to just go do this. This is just mindless, simple. But going back to Jonathan's life story, and then I'll give you back the floor. But Jonathan said that he didn't have any money. He started right out of college. He didn't have any money, so this is the way that he did his advertising. But he said that the power was that he actually saw all of these different ads, all these different squeeze pages, and it gave him a lot of ideas. So that's the benefit, just seeing all this stuff that people are using. Some of it's pretty good, some of it's pretty bad, but it certainly is an educational experience. All right, I'll give the floor back to you for comments, input, questions, feedback, thoughts, and ideas.
Well, now that I'm looking at it, Rob, it kind of looks a little futile. I mean, I'm more of a conventional type of dude, but this is, I guess I'm not really getting the gist of it. It appears to be, if we're just going to be on here clicking, then other people are going to see ours and just click right past it. Well, I guess I'm speaking in two tongues, because I understand that, looking through them and the high payout that we have, even if we could just get one person, but if people are just clicking past it, are we going to make a video that only lasts 8 seconds? So that, because they have to stand at 8 seconds, right?
Well, first of all, it doesn't have to be a video. It can just be a squeeze page. And second of all, we can split test it. And third of all, maybe 1 in 100 or 2 in 100 or 5 in 100 are actually looking. So that's what we don't know. But if these traffic exchanges weren't working at all, then they wouldn't last. So as a minimum,
I get you. Check it out. Right. No, I get you.
But the idea, when you say futile, that's why a lot of people like us wouldn't waste their time with it. But when we've got this team, this powerhouse team, and we can basically just come up with a process, we can document it, we can train somebody how to do it, we can pay them, just for this part of the job. Once we have it all set up, it's probably like $30 a week to have somebody do 50 of these sites for 30 minutes a day. So we're not doing our part in terms of getting value back if we're not actually looking at the sites. But at the same time, by doing that, we are guaranteed to be getting people doing the same thing. And some of those people that are being paid to click, they might actually see that this is interesting. They might opt in.
Let me ask another question. The number of clicks that we're getting, like if somebody clicks on our squeeze page or something like that, is it going to rank? Because there's a lot of people clicking on it, or what? Are these people getting ranked like that?
If I don't know about ranking of squeeze pages. I don't think Google likes to rank squeeze pages. They are generally looking to rank sites that have depth, that have content. But there may be exceptions if like a video squeeze page, if it's a YouTube video, it might rank quickly.
Now we still have that problem with that TE browser. You remember I had to take it off because it crashed my computer down. So, because I've got that Windows 8, and we had a problem finding it to install it. Now, I heard you mention earlier you don't have to have the browser. Is that how it works?
No, I didn't say that. What I said is that I know that you were having problems on Windows 8, so we do have to figure out that issue. But I've heard that in general Windows 8 is pretty good, and you can't, if it's becoming the standard, then there will be a version of TE browser available for Windows 8 pretty soon. But in the meantime, if it's not available, then we may want to look and see if there's another traffic exchange browser that is, or we'll have to come up with some other workaround. Maybe
Okay,
somebody else do that.
I can come out there to San Diego for a couple of days, man, or a day or so if you want to do something.
Well, if it's a matter of figuring out how to make your computer work with this tool, we can explore that, remotely right now. But are you having other issues with your computer?
Yeah, it's just, if I open Skype and go to a meeting at the same time, forget about it. I got all kinds of stuff, viruses probably all in this computer right now. I don't, again, I just, I figured I'd get a new computer and I just work it. And, I'm like one of these chicks with cars, just put gas in it and it'll run. And I'm not doing the preventive maintenance on it.
Well, I think if it's a relatively new computer, based on what you're telling me, that the problem is that you just need more RAM. A lot of times new computers don't come with that much RAM. And so you could put in an additional 2 gigs or 4 gigs of RAM, and that'll solve all of those issues. Because you did say it's a relatively new computer, right?
Yeah, to be honest with you, about 6 months, 9 months. But at any given time, well, first of all, this computer is on for 20 hours a day, minimum. I sleep like 4 hours a day. So this thing's on from the time I wake up and I fall asleep with it. So in addition to that, at any given time, there's about 20 tabs open where I'm working in all 20 tabs at the same time at the top. Well,
that's part of your problem right there.
Yeah.
You understand why?
No.
It would help if you understood why, because then you could fix it. So, every tab that you open uses a little bit of memory, whether you're doing anything or not. It uses a little bit of your memory, a little bit of the RAM, which is the random access memory, which is the memory that's available. So, there's memory that has your pictures and stuff on it that's on your hard disk. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the memory that's used to run your applications. That's the RAM. So every time you open up a tab, it uses a little more RAM. And you'll get to some point where you don't have any RAM left. And that's when things start to go kind of crazy. And even before that happens, it starts to become a problem because there's enough RAM, but it's not all in one little block on the chip. So it has to be exchanging data, and when you start to see those kind of problems, it's typically due to memory. And even when you start closing applications after you've had all that stuff open, that's what Microsoft has always had a bad reputation about. They call it like the memory leak issue, because even though you close all the applications, you still don't get back all of that RAM. And so, the only way to really clear it up is to restart your computer. So I recommend it doesn't matter if it's on 20 hours a day. I mean, that might affect your fan. That might cause one day, it might actually cause your computer to just die just because your power supply or something like that goes. But that's not going to affect the speed. And it's not going to affect your Skype. It's not going to affect your sound card or your, any of the functionality. It's just going to affect the lifetime of it. The stuff that you're having problems with has to do with memory, running out of memory, running low on memory.
Okay, yeah, I heard you mention something about the fan. Man, that fan runs so loud you can hear it in another room.
So the thing that you can do about that is that you can cool your computer better. So this is a desktop. It's not a laptop, right?
Oh, it's a laptop. It's the one I had with me out there, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, it's a laptop.
It looks like when, yeah, it looks like when I was hitting you on Facebook, you were out. When I was out, you were back in the room looking for me. So we kind of kept missing each other,
Yeah. Well, anyway, they make this product. You can find it at Office Depot, and you can probably find it online, that will cool your laptop, more effectively, because the reason that your fan is running is because the heat sensor is telling your fan that it needs to cool your computer down. So if you can keep it cooler, then your fan won't come on. But I know that's really annoying, and it makes it seem like your computer's just going to fly away sometimes. At least it's that way with my desktop. So if you can just keep it cooler, like you keep a fan blowing on your laptop, that will help. If you buy one of these little things, which is probably like $100, it's kind of expensive, but something that you can mount under your laptop that kind of blows air onto it, keeps it cool. That will solve your problem.
Well, I had one of those little cooling fans. Sorry. Yeah, I had one of those little cooling fans and had it underneath the computer. I burnt that out. I mean, I'm on this computer all the time. Computers last me a year max.
I guess that makes you a super user. Well, I think we can stop recording again, but that was pretty much what I wanted to review. You and I have been through it once before, but what I want to do is I have some information about which of the traffic exchange browsers are good, and so I'd like to spend, or at least have somebody spend some time and go through that and get updated, and maybe increase from 5 to about 20, and then on the best ones maybe pay a little bit to be able to get upgraded accounts and more banners. But I don't want to do any of that blindly. Now we've got the opportunity to do that research, and I think we've got the ability to, with multiple people all basically sharing the risk. If we do it in a smart way, it'll be a very useful and informative project.
I got you, brother. Let's do it.
All right. Let's see if anybody on here wants to speak. Alina's gone. Oh, it's just Sam and me and you. Sam, would you like the microphone? Happy Sunday. It's almost 11:20 where you are. All right. Well, I think that I am going to end this meeting then. Let's stop recording. This was Rob Tepper and Clinton Lewis, along with Sam Pitts, sticking around until the bitter end, going over the traffic exchange browser and how to use it. And the next step for us is that we're going to start doing some testing with it and put together some processes so that we can outsource it and have a virtual assistant actually be doing all our clicking for us. But before we do that, we're going to figure out which of these which of these services we want to actually upgrade and have paid accounts for, and we need to get them set up with our banners and our text links and assigning of all of our credits, and then we can outsource it. So we're going to do that. We'll come back with an update about that sometime in the near future. Quentin, we'll give you the final word.
Yeah, I'm definitely good with it because I've got a lot of time on my hands. I can most definitely sit in front of the computer and pop off about 50 different websites, about 30 minutes, or even an hour if it takes. That's no problem at all. I guess at this point I fail to see the effectiveness and the efficacy of doing it, but I'm sure that through testing it we'll find out just how efficient it is, and I mean, what do we have to lose, you know? And I can learn some stuff as we go along, like you said, you know, going through it. And you know, Jonathan Budd did it, and he said, hey, you know, that's a pretty good idea for my own website, you know, or whatever, you know. And so I may be able to gain some creative knowledge from it and also bring it to the Brain Trust, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if the thing is, we're going to be creative on our squeeze pages, and here we're basically able to use the same squeeze pages, the same ad copy that we're using everywhere else. The only unknown is how many people are actually looking at this for the right reasons, and for people that are just clicking through, because you can see it has to be live people clicking through, but they may or may not be interested. But if we have the right, you know, the compelling squeeze page, we could pique their interest. So how are we going to know? We're only going to know if we test it, and if we only test it, it's kind of like with the radio. If we just kind of stick our toe in the water, we're going to never know. So I'd like to do it right for like 3 months, and then we'll have some good data to go from.
Sure. And looking at what I've been seeing as you've been clicking through, there's a lot of good graphics on some of these sites, and you know, we've got Liz now, who I believe is a graphic designer of some sort.
Yeah.
And you know, if she could just sort of, you know, pitch in on some design ideas, or maybe, you know, give us a nice little header deal at the top, you know, because they said, you know, the ones at the top are the ones most looked at. When I was looking at the what do you call that, the energy, what does Google call it, the when you look at a page, whether the eyes go, you know, so if there's you know, something really nice at the top, and we can, you know, get a real good copyright, you know, something that's really short and simple, so that person doesn't have to read like a bunch of paragraphs and stuff, you know, something like blah 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 blah, click here, you know, something like that. Yeah, I'm down with it.
Well, you can see as we click through there, there's every variation. You know, here's a very simple and short one.
Yeah.
And go to this next site, and you got this page again. You know, no video, just simple, because they know that they only got you for a few minutes, but tried to catch their eye with that beautiful picture and the money, but didn't get us that time. On it, link, simple. I don't really know what it is, not interested. But if they know they can make $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 commissions from them, can also advertise up here. You see the top banner. So these are the things that, let's see, I don't know what happened here. Sponsor ad, so that's why I'm still on the sponsor ad. 7K team system. So, you know, they're trying all different things to get people's attention in the short time that we have. This is the noise that you're hearing. Special lease offer on a, whoa. Look at that. That's got to be illegal. Anyway, I don't even know.
Did you see my new cover photo? Did you see my new cover photo for my my MOBE video? It says "Don't Get Left Behind," and it's a bunch of chicks with their asses sticking out.
What page is that?
It's actually I uploaded. Yeah. Oh yeah. What I did was I just, I took the video and I put a thumbnail on top of it. So it says, "Don't Get Left Behind." Boy, I got a bunch of likes on that video. I don't know if anybody actually clicked on it, but boy, I got a lot of likes on it.
Where is it? Where is that video?
I'm sharing it with you on Facebook right now. It's on my homepage. If you want to go to my homepage and look, it's on there. I can just send it to you in a PM.
Your Facebook homepage?
Yeah. I've been sharing it in different places, The one on my personal page doesn't have that many likes, but I've been sharing it all over the place,
Yeah, why not? You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, just scroll down until you see the asses. There you go. Don't get left behind.
I like it.
Actually, I got the idea. Yeah, actually, I got the idea from a guy who's advertising in the right column on Facebook. It's that drunk dude with the 40 ounce that I was showing you before, and he was like, he said, "Don't get left behind." It was a picture of a big old ass. So I figured I'd put these asses up there, and I stuck the 21-step video below it, and my YouTube channel.
So you did that as a comment. That's how you do it?
Yeah, I put the other video as a comment, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Because you really can't put anything below the video otherwise. But if you do it as a comment, that's perfect. I get it. That makes sense.
And
that's what I got to do.
It's being promoted right now. It's a promoted post. It's sponsored. It's a sponsored post. YouTube allowed me to do it because it came from my personal page.
Awesome.
I mean, Facebook. They allowed me to do it because it came from my personal page.
I like it.
And there's a lot of stuff in there, and if you scroll up just a little bit, I'm going to show you everything I have in there. Just scroll up just a little bit so we can see the words. All right, you see that link right there above the picture?
Yeah.
Well, let me just start off from the top. You see at the top, it says "My Top Tier Business, My Online Business Empire," right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if they click that, it takes them to my Facebook page, okay?
Right.
If they click the link, the LeadPages link, it takes them to my LeadPages page, my squeeze page. If they click the video, click the video. If you click the video, on the video I have an annotation where you can click on the video to take them to the sign up. So what you're looking at right now is not just a post with a video. It's got like 5 different links in it where anywhere they click, it's going to take them to the place where I want them to go.
Let me see what happens when you click on the video. Or we have to pay for that.
No. This is just on my page.
How do you put that annotation on there?
Your screen's frozen. All I'm seeing is the S's. Have you started the video?
Oh, I'm the one that has to click on it. I'm waiting for you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no. I thought you were just checking out the asses.
No, those are nice assets. All right, so this is where I thought it would take me to, but it actually plays the video. That's cool.
Now look at the top of the, actually no, because I uploaded this one raw to Facebook, so it doesn't have the annotation on it. But you saw the annotation on the video that I have, right? Like if you scroll down a little bit, scroll down, right on there. No, right on the video, but scroll down. Yeah, then scroll down on the right.
What do you want me to do?
Scroll down on the right where the comments are.
Oh.
So like if you, like take for instance, if you click on that video right there, watch, click on it. That one, you can just click on the arrow. You didn't have to do that. You could have clicked on the arrow. Either way, watch what pops up at the top of the screen. Either way you do it, just watch what pops up on the top of the screen when you click on the arrow. Just give it a couple of seconds and then look at the top. I'm sorry, the bottom. It's at the bottom. See at the bottom, the annotation? Click the annotation itself.
Oh, you're saying that's embedded within the YouTube video?
Booyah!
Nice. Very nice. Very cool.
So the asses get them in. Yeah, the asses get them in, and I just kind of weep.
Very smart. I like it. So is this the page that you just created?
And I've done probably about a quarter of but this is my YouTube channel. That was my YouTube channel.
I know. Is that the one that you just created after we talked the other day, or that's the original one?
No, that's the original one. I've been having that YouTube channel since I got in, and so far I've put like 107 videos on it already, and I've gone through about a quarter of them, and they have annotations on them where you can just click from the video to take you where you need to go. So that's what I was trying to tell you. If Facebook will take a video, we don't need the link. All they need to do is click on the video, and the link will be on the video itself.
Right.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, when Facebook limits you, they do let you put that one link on your video. But yeah, that's good enough. There's other services that allow you to do more than that, but yeah, most people don't know about that, and most people aren't using it, so I think you're definitely doing the right things. I don't even know some of these people. I don't know a lot of these people, man. You get to some of those people that I've never been seen.
I stalk Matt Lloyd. Every time he uploads a video, I snatch it.
And do what with it?
I take his video from his page and put it on mine. And I put annotations on them so that people... I basically just steal his videos and resell them.
Yeah,
like, see,
yeah,
that's the new one that just came out just now, so I haven't gotten to put any annotations on it yet.
So you can put multiple annotations?
I could put any annotation on it. I could put, click here for more information, click here to join.
Yeah, you can just but you can just put one annotation on the video, or you can just put any number of annotations on the video.
Put any number of annotations on the video. But you need to have a domain because YouTube is going to have you verify that you own the place where you're sending it. So what I did was I owned the domain myonlinebusinessempire-mttb, right? So when I did that, YouTube said, oh, okay, cool. He verified it through GoDaddy, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's just like verifying a bank account. They put 32 cents in it. You got to go in and tell them how many cents it is in there, you know, and, you know, you've done that before, I'm sure. Well, this is the
Yep.
same thing. They make you verify through, like, because my domain's through GoDaddy. So I had to verify that I owned it. And then after I got it verified, I went in GoDaddy and I redirected it to Matt's page.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Very good. So, no, they don't have a problem with that. They just need to make sure that you're actually the, you know, you have the right to, I mean, even the fact that you could go in and forward it, that means that you have control over it, so they're okay with that. Right?
Right, yeah. So I figured, you know, I didn't want to take any chances, so I went on and got it verified first. And they'll even take subdomains. Like I have one that's summit.myonlinebusinessempire-mttb.com, and that was for the summit. So if you type that in your browser, it'll still pop up. It's the summit one.
So what do I type in?
Summit.myonlinebusinessempire-mttb. So on my video about the summit, I had that on there. I also have one that says Mercedes.myonlinebusinessempire-mttb, and that one takes you to the MOBE Merc page.
Well, you know, when you start making too much money, Matt is just going to send you a letter and tell you that he's seizing all of these domains and he has the right to them, and, you know, cease and desist.
Copyright infringement, right? Well, I actually talked to him about it. I actually talked to him about it. He was like, dude, anything that you can find to promote MOBE, you have my authorization to do it.
Yeah, he's
as long
smart.
as it makes money. As long as it makes money. Were you
I
able
like
to pull up the one for the summit? Were you able to pull up the one for the summit yet?
Yeah, it pulled up this page.
Yeah. I see your screen must have froze because I didn't see when you typed it in. But
No,
yeah.
I typed it into my other screen, but it was this domain right here.
Yeah. I've even got the one Mercedes.myonlinebusinessempire, and it's ranking high on Google because it's My Online Business Empire.
Interesting. So that one was, what was that one called?
Mercedes. And I'm not even sure about that one.
What was
Which
the
one?
one that we just looked at?
Summit.
Summit.
Yeah. I don't even know if I have it forwarded yet. Yep, look.
Nice.
And I have that one on John Child's video. So on John Child's video about the Mercedes, I have where they can click on it and takes them straight to this page.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, you're doing the right things, man. I need to do more of this stuff. Oh,
Well,
wow.
I think the things you're doing are really good too. You know, I mean, you know, if we all had each other's brain combined into one, we'd all be millionaires. But right now, we have to do it.
We kind of do.
Yeah, that's what the brain trust is all about, brother.
Exactly. Okay, sir. Well, I'm going to sign out for a bit, but I think that was productive. And as soon as we figure out how to get the TE browser running for you, actually, while you're here, let's take a quick look and see if they have an answer for that. But, you know, the issue with crashing, I think, could definitely be solved if you could just restart your computer more often and, you know, have some good cooling mechanism. That would solve 90% of the issues.
Salmon says, looking good, Clinton. Nice. He must be talking about the asses.
There's that 118 traffic exchanges. But do they talk about Windows 8?
Yeah, I want to get to every single video that I have and put those clickable annotations on there. It's just, man, it's a pain in the ass. You know, not you know, the whole process is a pain in the ass, because what happens is YouTube doesn't have a way where you can like do it to all videos at one time, or like select these many and do them. You have to do them each individually, and after you do one, then you got to go back to your YouTube homepage. Then you got to scroll down and find the video again. Then you got to go in the video manager to change it. You know, it's just like just to do like 15 seconds of putting the clickable annotation on there.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's more time to go to each video than it is to just put the annotation on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, and I have bigger fish to fry lately, man. Like bringing in more people. So, you know, I do it every once in a while. You know, I go in there and I'm like, you know what, this video is pretty popular. I think I'll put a clickable annotation on it. You know, and whatever ones are popular, that's the ones I'm starting out with.
Well, I think you're very smart, and you're doing the right thing.
You know, like you talked about, you know, who's this person? I don't even know that person. They probably don't have an annotation on them yet.
Well, it does not answer our question here about Windows 8.
Want to Google it again? Like Google TE browser for Windows 8 or something like that, and see what they say.
Good idea.
See if there's like a forum or something where people are complaining or something. Maybe some geek found out how to do it or something in one of those forums. That's what I do. I look in those forums. There's a bunch of smart guys in there. I don't know shit. I just learn from them.
That makes you smarter than them.
I guess so. Yeah, you remember? You see, it was purple. We went to that one like not too long ago, and this is the one we tried, and remember, it didn't work because when we got here, it didn't say anything about Windows 8 on here. So we used it anyway. Oh, this is the one that was $14.95. Yeah, we found two of these like this. It was this website, and then it was another one that had it for $14 even. And the one that was $14 even killed my computer.
But this is Windows 8 compatible.
It doesn't look like there's. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any likes or shares on that thing either.
I think you get a 7-day free trial, so you should just download it here.
Yeah, I'll try it again, man, because like I said, I did the other one that was $14 even, and it crashed my computer. So I'll try this one. Windows8downloads.com.
Here, I'll put the link in Skype.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Again, right now I've got Skype closed, so I have to open up Skype after I get off of
Oh,
YouTube
I
meeting.
can put it in
Because if I put them
Facebook.
both on at the same time, I'm screwed.
No,
Yeah,
I
that
can
works.
do it
That
on
works.
Facebook.
I put them both on, I'm screwed. Okay. Or you just wanted to look at those asses again. That's what you want to see.
That's right. Have to be using Facebook as me in order to be able to send you a message.
The many faces of Rob Tepper. The many hats of Rob Tepper. That's better.
That's true. It was nice in San Diego. I was able to just have my hat collection in my trunk. All right, there you go.
Did you see that thing I sent you? Did you see that thing I sent you from Jung? And
Yeah.
that's a three-step.
I can't believe it that 3-step converts better than anything else. That's just hard to imagine. He gives people so many ways to navigate away, so I don't understand.
Yeah, he's like, no, just 3-step. That's all I do, just 3-step. I was like, damn. No, just 3 steps. I call him 50 Cent. I sent him a image of a 50-cent piece. He laughed his ass off because you know Matt tricked him with the 50-cent piece from Australia. So now I call him 50 Cent. What's up, 50 Cent?
Which guy? Who's that?
Jung. You remember on the stage? He thought he was getting the prize, and he took the one in the bag instead.
Yeah.
When he
The
opened
Australian
it,
50-cent piece, yeah.
Yeah. So I sent him a picture of one when I was chatting with him the other night because he tutored me. He tutored me for about an hour the other night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so I sent him a 50-cent piece at the end. I said, here you go, 50 cent. And I logged off.
That's good. Yeah, that was a funny one. I don't know if Matt ever...
It's not, he said, it's not an American Eagle. It's not an American Eagle. I said, yeah, it's a 50 cent.
That's funny. All right, I'm going to sign out here and go do a couple of other things, but I'll be around if you need anything. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, sounds good, man. Definitely.
And we didn't even stop the recording, so this is Rob Tepper and Clinton Lewis signing off. Thank you, everybody. I hope nobody ever listens to this point in our recording, but if they do, it's been our pleasure. Good night, everybody.